All right, Freedom Park Trail C, ride back towards the entrance and enter at C1. That's where I'm gonna start my lap. It's gonna start with a little bit of rod and climb, and then it has a little features that I wanna hit a couple times. Entrance to get to the trail. What I'm looking for here after a little bit of a climb and ride is a little cut through that takes us to some features to start out with. Some jumps, some rock features. If I remember correctly, the cut through is right here at this berm. And you see it connects to this trail right here. Pretty good way to start out if you're just riding Trail C for the day and kind of focusing on the features. All right, so starting here. So this takes us right back to C1 where we came in. So a good couple jumps to get used to what's coming. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one again. When I first came out to Freedom Park, when I got back into riding, I didn't really like it. The features that you see later were just a bit over my head. But as I kept coming out here and working up the nerve to do some of them, I actually like coming out here now. Riding Trail C to work on some of those things, because when I travel, it's nice to have those skills. And then you also have all the other trails that you can work on your fitness. A, B, D, and E, I think. So here we are back at the top of that little feature line. Little jumps. Didn't hit them all that great the first time, which is, you know, why I like starting here. Get kind of dialed in. Go, pop, jump. Nice. That was better. All right. So I've got a good feel for the bike now. Feels like the suspension is set up right. We're going to go ahead and continue with Trail C. As I was saying when I first came out here, some of the features that I just never did that we're going to see here would be the 3 gap jumps with the bigger one at the end. Thought I would never do shotgun or OCD. I'd walk out to those and say I have no desire to do those. But I've worked up to doing that. And those will be coming later in the video. So here's where we see some stuff I haven't seen yet. Still some things I haven't done full bore out here. Some of the big bridges. These always just a surprise. Some of the bridges that have a big lead up into them, I hit them, but I don't clear the flat part of the bridge yet. Never been here. These are some short, punchy climbs. Not long at all. The back part of C runs along the entrance to the park. So if you hear cars, that's what that's from. All right. I was shown this route by somebody I ran into out here. Turns out he lives right near me in Virginia Beach. His students go to school where I work. I consider this the back half of Trail C. Some of this stuff comes up by surprise. Alright, so here's a little feature that I've been working on. We're actually going to climb up here and turn around. All right, so this is a little, I can't see the sign what this is called. It's a little roll into a little A-frame that I used to just roll, but lately I've been able to actually jump it and land to the nice little landing area. Let's see how it goes this time. Got to get a little bit of speed going before you get to it. Little left turn cuts off a little bit of the trail. Something I don't do a whole lot of is skinnies. This is too skinny. Maybe someday I'll come out and work on those. This thing goes off of here. Ripmo is sounding pretty good right now. All right, we got a couple things here. Maybe not. A modified A-frame. Towards the end of this is one of those bridges I was talking about. It's just a speed thing. It's still a little bit of apprehension. Heavy on that. All right, this just has a little tiny drop, but at the end is one of the bridges I'm talking about. Unfortunately, I had my seat up on that, so that didn't help. So when you get to that, it pretty much marks the end of Trail C. Put you out on this multi-use path. You cut across it. Recently did some new features over here, so it's kind of nice. Get some speed going through here. Jump. So this will put you out on that multi-use path again. Get a little front heavy on those jumps. Squirrel. All right, so a little different path than I mentioned previously. All right, let me see. That's the beginning of what I just did. So if you want to do it again, you take a right coming out of there. Right there's that jump line. typically would take a left. And that'll run into some, we call Skinny Alley. Also has some teeters. Haven't done the teeters. First one is pretty typical. The second one is set up where if you have speed, you can sort of jump it. And that's this one right here. But we're looking for C11, there's C12. Here's that path we crossed earlier. We take a right. How you doing? And then we take a left right here on C11. C11 is the gap jumps. So it's a nice little warm up to get to the gap jumps. You're kind of ready to go. I wouldn't want to come out and hit these first without getting a bit of a warm up in. All right, this has 3 gaps. You can do the first 2 good. The third one should come easy. Couple pedals. It's good to session these. Here those first 2 going backwards. If you do these with ease, that's a good workup to do the last one. If you're just barely clearing the first 2, keep working on those. It took me quite some time to get up the nerve to do the last one. Many times of coming out here, running this several times each time I visited, getting comfortable with the first 2, and then running into the third one a good 8 to 10 times. So after about 5 or 6 visits of that, I finally got the third one in. All right, dude in front of me, it's gonna be his first time hitting that gap. I'm gonna see how he does. All right, success. All right, here we go. Most of the speed's gotten right here. If you hit that third one with a lot of speed, you're gonna land flat. Finish the time there. Let's move on. The next feature is shotgun. That took a long time for me to get up the nerve to do that. I felt I could do it, but I've never had anybody out here. So that led to two things, is I didn't want to be by myself when I hit that. And I'm pretty much guessing at the speed because I'd never seen it done in person. So I was out here with somebody and I was at a point where I knew I can do it. And he led me into it. Sometimes that's what it takes. All right, so this is shotgun. You see back here, just you can't see where you're landing. This is the run into it. Let me down and take a look. So it's about chest high into that landing. It's pretty smooth when you hit it. Too slow, your back tire will catch that brickwork, which is not good. All right, let's run back and hit this one. Okay, shotgun. Step one, lower the seat. After that, it's just speed, staying low, feet flat, arms bent, and push them out if you need it. That was a short landing. Hopefully we don't have any damage done. Yeah, there's looking at shotgun, the bottom of it. So riding back, then hit it again. All right, a little more speed. You don't want to hear that big clank when you land. There we go. Keep on going. Actually. All right, that was shotgun. Next, Big Easy. I have no desire to do this one. It's a different kind of run in. The run-in actually goes up. You can't see anything. And it's a long way down. The camera doesn't do it justice, but I don't think I'll end up doing this one. Okay, at the top of Big Easy, just gonna run the bail outline. think OCB is next. It's pretty much the same as shotgun. I feel you hit that a little slower. Oh no, long shinny drop. So this is a fun one. You could roll this, but it's a pop off the end of it. So, I'm gonna watch the end here. This upcoming one has a big lip. You got it, man. You're right.
You're faster than us.
Oh, I like the helmet.
Thank you.
It had a watermelon helmet. Right now, I think this OCB, they're saying a little bit slower to run in. Landing is it's not as sure as shotgun. Yeah. I always like to run in first. Make sure there's nothing in the way. Some branch going across the trail or something. All right. So here's that. To a bridge. And line up those trees. Like I said, it's a little bit slower running. Here we go, OCB. So believe it or not, these next couple of things here, called TTF, technical trail features, there's 3 drops, all next to each other. Left is bigger, middle is medium, and the right is small. As little as these look, the bigger one I feel is one of the hardest landings out here. So because of that, I don't do it. I've done it before, but not good on the knees. So there's actually 2 drops here, one to start out, and then you'll see the 3 I'm talking about. A little bit of speed around this corner. Here they are, 1, 2, 3. So this little hip here is fun to do. Go back and hit it. Get some speed and pop off of that. Back on that one. All right, a little bit of pedaling now. bridges. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, where I'm just not clearing those. All right, here's a little wall ride. I don't really like it much. It doesn't set up good with speed. You have these two big bottoming out, they call it gravity drops. Kills all your speed. And it'd be a struggle to ride the wall. Basically go around it. All right, we're gonna get to the top of a line that I'm gonna come back and do a couple times. All right, I'm gonna hit this little line, little jump line here. Feeling good today. this one more time. Have not had a good run at it yet. All right, so after sessioning that a couple times, pretty much riding our way to where we started. On C1, that's where we entered the trails. A couple more drops coming up here. Yeah, this one is a little rough. Toe top drop. Yeah, I think I can get that one. One of the reasons I didn't like coming out here much is because it didn't seem like the payoff was there after the punchy climbs. But that's only because at the time I wasn't doing any of the features. So I would climb and then not really have much fun on the way down. So my mind's changed quite a bit since then, and I find it completely worth it. I'm trying to remember what the next thing is. I guess it's going to be those features I hit when I entered the trails. And we're not quite to there yet. All right, riding out the end of Trail C. was looking at some noise to the left. Wasn't paying attention. It's going to lead to that A-frame that we had. Nice. Some of these catch you by surprise, even though I've done this many times. Can't quite remember what stuff like that is. So that A-frame I'm talking about, the first time I did it, after the A-frame I stayed to the left. You go to the right after there's a little drop you can hit. Point that out when I get up to it. Those are the noises I hear in my head when I'm going past trees. Bike makes you feel like Superman. Here's another one of those. Forget that it's there. Alright. Here's that entrance to that A-frame. I'm gonna go up here and turn around. All right, A-frame to drop. Just gotta get set before the corner. Drop. Kind of a, not kind of a, but a flat landing. Eventually that bridge is coming up here. You get that log drop, a ladder drop, and then the bridge. So let's get a little more speed and work up to hitting this bridge. Oh yeah. All right. Front tire to the end. It's the best I've done. All right, that's Trail C. We're gonna hit this section on the other side of the multi-use path again. Look over there. There's the zip line. I don't know if I do the zip line. I got a height thing. What I mean when I talk about Superman. So, finish up the ride. Again, this is something that this route I learned from somebody I met out here. It was a pretty good concept where we entered at C1, had a couple features and did those, make our way through the end, come over here, do this, and then we get to the C11 with the gaps. It's kind of fun to end there also. And that's where this is headed, to that multi-use paved trail where we'll end up at C11 and hit those gaps. gonna do this teeter first time. Okay. So when I'm done, I would just exit out here and get back on that paved trail to go back to the parking lot. So, kind of nice to end the ride on some gap jumps. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit these because I already hit them earlier. Already did the pre-ride, re-ride, pre-ride. Hit these gaps one more time. I'm gonna stay to the right of the gaps. Try to pop off the lips of the wood. Yeah. Oh, that was butter. That landing was nice. All right, that's a wrap. Go backwards here to the paved path and back to the parking lot.